First of all, good win by Oklahoma tonight. I thought their pace in the second half was really, really good. I thought, when the game was on the line, when we'd cut it to 4, I thought they did a really good job playing in the tunnel. Key offensive rebounds. Probably our demise tonight, along with missed layups. So proud of our bench tonight. Thought the bench played really, really well. Thought they bailed us out twice, both in the first quarter when I went to them and then in the second half. So super, super proud of Jana and Bella and Yaya. I thought they were really, really good tonight, doing what kind of we were asking them to do. But 3 key turnovers in a row when we cut it to 4 and missed layups was probably the difference.
Nikki, Skylar Van obviously gets in foul trouble there, leaves in the second, third, and you look at that as a chance for maybe y'all to cut into that lead or take control, and both times OU was able to stretch it out a little bit. What did you see during those 2 moments specifically, whether it's from your team or from the reaction on the other side that helped turn the game?
Not 100% sure what you're asking. I think from the perspective of Skylar Van getting in foul trouble, obviously she's been the player they play to and play through. I feel like it's her and Verhulst. And so certainly we were happy, but I thought what KJ came in and did, I thought she gave him a shot blocker, a rim protector. I thought we didn't do a good enough job. We were willing to give up a couple jump shots to her early and see if she'd make them. But I think her driving bias, I think her posting us up, we have to have more pride, in those situations in terms of, meeting her early, not letting her get to deep spots. I thought she was really, really good. When we got down in the second half, I felt like they were going to let us make a run. I think the way they play is a little unique, but they're gonna keep taking early shots. So I thought the nature of, when you're down 11 or 12 with 8 minutes to go, there's still a lot of possessions in the game. They're not going to go burn 30 seconds. And so, when you can get maybe 20% three-point shooters to keep taking threes, as long as you rebound them, you're going to have a chance, And so I thought we did a good job getting to them to take a timeout when we had cut it to 4. And I think from there we didn't execute. I think that was, the game plan was still the same. It was super simple for us. And I thought the 3 straight turnovers really, really hurt us. Combined with some missed offensive rebounds.
Where do you think your team is at as we kind of head into this final stretch of Big 12 play?
Not consistent enough. Really good quarters, really good halves. We scored 44 points in the second half. I thought, we did some really good things playing downhill, getting to the foul line. We shot free throws well. I thought against West Virginia, we were super dialed into offensive and defensive game plan. I thought tonight we really, really struggled in moments to play simple, have the ball move, make simple reads. I thought we gave up some shots we didn't need to get up. The third quarter they came out 6 for 7, and 3 of them were threes. And it was lack of communication. In terms of some of those possessions. You get some luck at home. I don't think Van was trying to bank it from straight on, so sometimes you need a little luck too in those type of runs. But, we just have to be tougher. When you play OU, I would compliment Jenny every day of the week at how they compete for loose balls. I just don't think there's we don't play against a better team in the country in terms of just competing. Now I think, you saw at times they're going to grab you when you grab a defensive rebound, and they got called for some of those tonight. Like there's no question that there's some fouls going on too, but I feel like when it comes to like pursuit of the ball, you know, they do that. I mean, and Lexi Keys always did it. She did it at OSU, and she's continued to do it. You know, and I was worried because I really felt like Peyton had a breakout game at Iowa State. You know, I thought she played really, really well, and her shot was going in, and so, you know, there's a lot to this game when it comes to the mental part and confidence, and I thought she played really confidently. Not that she doesn't always, but I just think you got a little more juice when you come out of a game, you know, scoring in the high 20s and making shots. And, you know, I thought when, you know, there was kind of that back and forth with Bugs for her to go down and hit a three, you know, was like there was some gamesmanship, you know, in that. And so where are we at? I mean, I think we're good enough to beat anybody. I think we're going to be, you know, hopefully we continue. We've got a big one on Sunday with BG's retirement and Jersey retirement and Texas Tech coming to town. And so, you know, hopefully we use that as a springboard to play well as we head closer to March.
You mentioned the consistency. You think that's maybe more just like the opponents you guys are playing in the Big 12, or is it maybe just, you know, kind of you guys are just struggling to find that consistency?
Good question. I mean, I think that, do I think the Big 12 opponents are good? Yes. Did we play a lot of, arguably the best, you know, schedule, non-conference schedule in our league? We played a really good non-conference schedule. So we were tested, you know. We played Utah back when they had Neepkins. We played, you know, so we played TCU when they had a full roster, you know. Like we have shown up and beaten really good teams and shown consistency, I would say, over the last month. You know, we allow one end to affect the other, you know, not making shots. Are we getting stops, you know? I mean, it's when you're, if you want to win night in and night out, you got to compete at both ends. And you can't hang your head when you miss a layup, and you can't hang your head when you miss a defensive assignment. You know, and I just think we have to consistently keep competing because we have stretches where, you know, we got Jenny to call 2 timeouts tonight. You know, we made runs that forced her, you know, to call timeouts. But we have to do a better job of consistently understanding the simplicity of kind of our game plans because we didn't run a lot of plays. We didn't run, you know, we know who we are defensively, you know, and we weren't that enough tonight.
You mentioned Bugs. Obviously not the greatest shooting night for her tonight, but what did you make about her performance overall and just the way she's playing for y'all in general?
Yeah, I think she's an energy player. I mean, I don't ever doubt her energy. I think Oklahoma always does a good job of being really, really physical with her. You know, and I think her getting blocked, you know, was frustrating. But you know she's going to consistently go to the boards, you know, which is really important to us. You know, she's going to play with pace. She rarely plays outside of herself. You know, she gets other people shots. You know, I think she had some tough plays. Like, I thought she ripped one time and just dribbled off her knee or foot, like, where she had the defense beat. You know, like, she missed the left-handed layup. She missed, like, she would have been in double figures still, again, if she had just made a couple, like, point-blank layups that she usually makes. And I don't know if, like, the footsteps, you know, having her shot blocked earlier in the game, like, you know, made her rush. You know, that certainly can happen, but you just never doubt her commitment to team, trying to do things the right way. You know, she's an unbelievable kid.